Not understanding the difference between compounding interest and simple interest is the difference between going broke and building wealth. But exactly why is that the difference, and what is the dangerous side of it? Because that is what I'm going to show you today. But first, let's just jump in and show you exactly what simple interest is, and then we'll go into compounding interest, show you the differences, and then we're gonna get a little dangerous here in just a sec. The first thing is simple interest. That is the easiest one. Let's just start off with $1,000 and grow it by 7%. Simple interest is taking the original amount, $1,000, and consistently growing that $1,000 by the same percentage. That's it. So every single year, I'm going to grow this amount by $70. How much will it be in year 3? How much am I gonna grow it by? $70. How much am I going to grow it by in year 10? $70. Because I'm consistently going back to year 1 and growing it by the same consistent amount. It is simple, it is straightforward, it is relatively easy. And if I want to know what I would have in year 10, I would take all of those $70 payments and add them all up. That's it, straightforward and simple. It is compounding interest though that can change your life, because when you invest in the stock market, you get compounding interest. Now, in this case, if I'm doing the same thing, growing it by 7% per year, I start off with the same $1,000. After year 1, I get the same $1,070. Cool. This time, however, $1,070 grows by 7%. It compounds. Then this is the number that I would get. Take it again, grow that number by 7%, and it compounds all the way to year 10. Now these are the numbers I would have between simple interest and compounding interest by year 10. Now, notice what I did not say here. I never gave you a number. I never said a number. You saw the numbers here on screen. Why did I not tell you exactly what the number was for compounding interest? That's because I cannot calculate compounding interest in my head. Most people cannot do that because it is difficult to perceive what compounding interest is. That's because it does not occur in nature too many times outside of like viruses. That's it. Many things don't explode exponentially like that in nature. You walk a mile, you have gone a mile, right? Miles per hour, whatever it is mostly linear and straightforward. Most things in life move in a simple interest fashion. They don't move in a compound interest fashion unless it's money, right? Or viruses, which is why most people didn't understand what's going on with COVID-19. Topic for another day. But that is the thing. So compounding interest can absolutely change your life. Now, what is the dangerous part of compounding interest? Now, most people are gonna think, oh, it's credit card debt, which, yeah, that is true, but it is comments like this, all right? Now, I'm not gonna read this entire thing, but this essentially stems from one of our Dave Ramsey videos. I'm not gonna go into a Dave Ramsey rant or anything like that. We do that for a separate video. But to summarize what this commenter and the comment says was this. I was saying that you don't want to withdraw 8% from a $1 million portfolio because the stock market only grows at 7% on average after inflation. Well, what would that mean, right? $1 million minus $80,000. The stock market only grows 70, you lose $10,000 every single year. That's what this person is saying. Well, my comment was, you are not counting for compounding interest. You're not counting for compounding interest because we're talking about withdrawal rates. Withdrawal rates. Dave Ramsey said to withdraw 8%. The stock market grows at roughly 7%. We're talking percentages. So what does that mean? It means after year 1, you lose, right, $10,000. You took out $80,000, the market grew at $70,000. That means that you have $990,000, which means what? The stock market grows the next year by what? 7%. But now, instead of 7% on 1 million, it's now 7% on 990,000. So you're making less this year. And then the next year, you're going to make less because the 999,000 goes down and goes down And it consistently goes down as you're consistently pulling out 80,000. So you actually run out of money a lot faster because you keep making less every year. But you see here in the comment, he thinks you're only losing $10,000 every single year. He is thinking of simple interest, but in reality, it is compounding interest. Imagine if you had saved for 20 or 30 years, you become a millionaire, and you were thinking of compounding interest, but in reality, your portfolio consistently shrinks. You're like, well, hey, the stock market is growing. I was consistently drawing what I thought was good advice at 8%, which it's not, but tough for another day, okay? But the market's growing and you keep seeing your portfolio shrink because you didn't understand the difference between the two. It is important sometimes to have someone who understands how those things work, and more importantly, for you to understand how those things work, because it is a percentage based on what is left over. And if that amount shrinks, so too is the amount that you are going to make. That is the key here. And that's the difference between compounding interest and simple interest. And this concept works quite well when you're paying off debt. You're cutting into the interest. The bank starts charging you a whole lot less. That concept does work. And we all get that when it's debt. But the key here is when it's your retirement, you do not want that principal amount to go down, do you? You do not. And that is the interesting thing about this concept when we were talking about it. So that's the difference between compounding interest and simple interest, and the way that it can absolutely be dangerous. So wanted to let you know about that. If you want to know more about the Dave Ramsey piece, in case you were curious, you want to check out these videos next.